The very first electric pickup truck that we saw a couple of years ago at CES, that was the first one that we've seen that a company was working on. This is before Rivian and Tesla and so forth. It looks like it may not make it to the production after all. There's still a tiny little chance. I'll tell you what's happening with the Workhorse W15 and with the company coming up next. Taking over the world, electrifying the world, E4 Electric! Welcome to E4 Electric, your number one source of unbiased electric car news. If you would like to get updated with all of this delicious electric car news every day, just go ahead and click on that subscribe button so you don't miss any of this moving forward. But of course, you will also become a part of this amazing community. All right, so Workhorse, this is a public traded company. They're not a startup per se, but back in 2018, I'm talking about it like it was 10 years ago, but back in the day, so it's about a little bit over a year ago. As you remember from my report right here, I was reporting from the very first prototype that I've seen of an electric truck. It is a plug-in hybrid electric truck with a 100-mile range, which was it wouldn't have worked for everybody, but construction workers and people who take short trips, it would have been pretty good. And it's a pretty good sized truck, as you can see. And I've taken quite a few different shots and videos with it. So it was definitely, I was definitely hopeful. However, and of course, also I've actually was lucky enough to have Steve Burns, their CEO, on my show. As you can see, we've talked for a while about the future of Workhorse and so forth. But unfortunately, their finances have gotten a little bit out of. I don't want to say out of hand, because it's not like they were spending like crazy sailors or whatever, but they definitely getting into some financial issues. The report is that in 2017, they made about $10 million, which is already not that much. But last year, they made less than $1 million. And in the Q4, it was a little over $20,000. Now, as it happens a lot of times, in the year when they made $10 million, they actually lost more than in last year when they made under $1 million. But nevertheless, they've been bleeding cash, and it looks like they are going to delay this truck once again. Let me remind you, it was supposed to be out last year. So at this point, I would say that this is just not going to happen. However, the company is not that. And also they've replaced Steve with the new CEO, Dwayne Hughes. He was a COO of the company, so he replaced him, I believe, about a month ago. So maybe this is a new direction for the company, but it doesn't look like it's going to be include this pickup truck. But I'll tell you what it will include, and will include an all-electric vehicle that it looks like they might actually be doing well with. So let me give you a quick update on that. Before that, let me remind you that this video and this channel is sponsored by Byton. Check out this awesome and Byte all-electric SUV coming to the US and Europe next year, starting at only $45,000. I'm a reservation holder. I think you should be as well. There's absolutely no money down to put your name on the reservation list, and it's growing pretty fast. So check it out in the description of this video, or just go to byton.com to reserve yours. Okay, so this baby right here, and after this logo plays, you'll see this is Engine 1000. This is a delivery van, a local delivery van that also has about 100-mile all-electric range, but that is very acceptable for delivery trucks that essentially spend most of their day either loading or unloading, and their total route per day does not exceed 100 miles. There are a few of those driving around in San Francisco already. They have a customer that bought a few to test it out. So that is actually, it could be working out pretty well for them. They also have a line of bigger delivery trucks that they're working on that actually have a drone on the top of it, so you can actually put the package into the drone and will deliver it to the house, as you can see in the video. But there are some issues with it, because the drone can only fly to like a very safe open area. A lot of times, as I found out now, living not in the best of neighborhoods, I would say, definitely not the Silicon Valley neighborhood, that packages can be stolen sometimes. So you kind of have to put it in a special bin. Like I have a special bin outside of my house, or really hide it behind the bushes. But as you can see, this is the best that they can do right now with all the safety regulations and so forth. But nevertheless, props to them for actually doing that. And but they have over 1,000 reservations for the engine delivery truck that I just showed you guys, and that's what it looks like they're going to be concentrating on, which I think is a great idea. This is something that can really sell. It's out there. It's already being tested by the customers. Many other companies, including I think Mercedes-Benz and many others, are figured out that this is an acceptable range, and this is a good way for them to compete. Where with the electric truck with a 100-mile range being it being plug-in hybrid, since then obviously Rivian had established as a clear leader in that technology with amazing specs, and Tesla is whatever this is, but I'm expecting an amazing pickup truck from them as well that will at least rival or match the Rivian's specs. Then I definitely think that we have a pretty bright future there, and unfortunately Workhorse just kind of fell behind, and that's what happens a lot of times with companies that are trying to either just create a new product or starting from scratch. That's unfortunate, but that's where they're at. I really do think that they're gonna do well with the engine. At least I hope they do well with an engine. All right, let's talk about positives and negatives. So the positive here is the fact that this company is actually finding their product, and I think their product is just not the pickup truck. Great try, right? This was still exciting. This, I'm sure, pushed everybody else forward just a little bit. So kudos to them. But the positive is that, hey, listen, they changed the course of direction when they needed to. It looks like they have a good product that they can sell. The customers that are interested, orders that are already waiting, and I would say it's sometimes making a step back is a positive thing because you can make 10 steps forward. So I'm all for it. Of course, the negative is that we're not going to have yet another competitor on the market, somebody pushing everybody else forward, and that's unfortunate, but that's the way it is. All right, let me know, by the way, in the comment section, which pickup truck are you interested right now? Are you waiting for the Rivian? Are you waiting for a Tesla one? Or are you hoping that one of the legacy manufacturers will make one like Ford or Chevy and so forth, and you would want to stay with the legacy manufacturers? I'm definitely interested in knowing that. By the way, don't forget to subscribe to our VIP list. This is a brand new list where you will get exclusive content and offers and news that you won't see on the website or on this channel. So definitely go ahead and do that, e4electric.com/VIP, or you can browse to the description of this video. And of course, I want to give a quick shout out to one of my newer Patreons, Sean Frakes. Thank you so much for joining my Patreon community, the only place where you can watch me live. And thank you to all of my Patreons for supporting and contributing to this independent channel. If you want to become a part of my Patreon community, just browse to patreon.com/e4electric. You can also find that link once again in the description of my videos. Seems like to have a bigger and bigger value with every month. So I appreciate that. All right, guys, I will see you next time, and remember to stay charged.